Hi, this is the revision video for the second test of the year for category MSI, and it looks at angles, straight lines, opposite angles, parallel line rules, and angles involved with polygons. Hopefully you've had a look at the questions and had a go at them first before watching the video and looking at the solutions. So the key parts of this unit are angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. Opposite angles, or what we sometimes call vertically opposite angles, are equal. So when two lines cross, angles opposite each other are the same. The parallel line rules are the alternate angles. So it makes the Z shape, so the angles inside the Z shape are the same. Corresponding angles, they are the ones inside the F shape. These are equal. So the angles inside the little f here, they're both the same. And supplementary, or more often called co-interior angles, they add up to 180 degrees. So the angles are inside the C shape here, A and B, they add to make 180. In terms of polygons, you have interior angles of polygons, shown in red here. Exterior angles, and exterior angles go in one direction, go in the same direction all the way around. So here we've extended going out here, then we extend this way. So they always extend in the same direction, and these exterior angles are marked in blue. As you can see, a red and a blue one are on a straight line, so an interior plus an exterior angle will always add up to make 180 degrees, which is our straight line rule. The sum of all angles inside a polygon, well, it's n minus 2 multiplied by 180. N minus 2 is the number of triangles, if you remember, within a shape. So it's a number of triangles, and number of triangles is always 2 less than the number of sides. So it's n minus 2 times 180 gives you the sum, the total of all the angles inside. The total of all the angles outside is 360 degrees, no matter what polygon you have. All polygons, the exterior angles, always add up to 360. Each angle, if it's a regular polygon, you can actually work out exactly each angle. And for that, you would work out the sum of the interior angles, and then you would divide by the number of sides. There's another way of writing that formula, which is 180 minus 360 over n, which if you look at it, what is that? Well, that is the exterior angle taken away from 180. The exterior angle is just 360 divided by n. That gives you the angle in blue. And then the angle inside is 180 to take away that. Often this is actually an easier formula to use than this one, but it depends on the context of the question and how really you want to approach your solution. So following, we have some questions, and the majority of them is just finding the missing angle. First one here, we have W, and we have 121. It's on a straight line. So W is simply going to be equal to 180 minus the 121, and that then is going to be equal to 59 degrees. And in the exam, all you actually need to do is write down the answer. It'd be nice to show the calculation. I think that's important. But ultimately, it's the correct answer that we are looking for. The second one here, you have 3 angles. We don't know what they are, but we know they're all called x. So therefore, they must all be the same. So I have 3 lots of x, and that equals a straight line, so that's 180 degrees. So if 3 lots of x is 180 degrees, my x is going to be 180 divided by 3. X is going to be equal to 60 degrees, which should make sense. Each of these angles, 60 plus 60 plus 60, makes 180. Next question here, we just got the vertically opposite, or the opposite angles. So clearly now this angle here is equal to this angle here, so y equals 36 degrees. And you can just write it onto the diagram. You don't have to write a separate sentence. You don't have to write the statement of y equals 36. You could just write it onto the diagram itself. The examiner will see that. The examiner will give you the mark. For the next one below, we have A is opposite 104. So A is 104. And here we have B is on a straight line with 104. So B is going to be 180 rather. Subtract the 104, which equals 76 degrees. Now, if the question states that you must give a reason, you would say on the first one, you would say that opposite angles are equal. You would actually write that. And again, you would do that for the 104 below, and then the one here for the 76, you would just say that angles on a straight line add to 180 degrees. So read the question carefully. If it says give a reason, it's a short sentence like that. That's what we're looking for alongside the correct answer and possibly the calculation as well. Now we're on to the parallel line rules. So you've got to look and see, well, these two angles, how are they related to each other? Well, what we actually have here is a reversed F shape. If I highlight it, I should better highlight it on here. Maybe in green. If I got my highlighter here, and hopefully you can see that it's making an F shape. The angles are inside the F shape. So those two angles are equal. So I would state that X, let's change the pen, X equals 72 degrees. And my reasoning is that corresponding angles, don't say F angles, that's not acceptable in the exam. Corresponding angles are equal. That would be enough justification. And often it's the parallel line questions where they actually ask you for the reasoning. So corresponding angles are equal. Next one here, let's have a look at the shape. What shape do we have this time? Well, we have a Z shape here, like that. The angles are inside the Z. So these are alternating angles or alternate angles, and they are equal. So you could say the Y equals 60 degrees, and we would write something like alternate angles are equal. That's good enough to get the full marks. So on to this question here, and if you look at it initially, 59 does not relate directly to X. It does not form a C shape here, it does not form an F shape, and it certainly does not form a Z shape. So we need to write another angle in first. Now, once you know one angle, you can work out all the angles that we have here. I'm going to work out the angle here at B, here, the one that goes from C to B to K. If I can work out this angle, then I automatically know what X is because it's opposite. So I'm going to mark that on, and that angle there is angle CBK. And what does that angle equal? Well, it's 180 take away 59, which is 121 degrees. 121 degrees. And that is the co-interior angles add to 180 degrees. So that gets me the marks for that one. And then I can just state that X equals 121 degrees. And my reason for that is that opposite angles are equal. So you can see there that I've had to do two short sentences because I've had to work out two angles.